Water is a vital resource for us. It comes in the category of renewable resources. Without water, there will be no life on earth. A human being can live for almost 15 days without food, but it is difficult to survive without water for more than 2 days. Three-fourths of the earth's surface is covered with water. Therefore, our earth is also called watery planet or blue planet. Earth evolved in water 3.5 billion years ago. Most of the water on earth is found in oceans and seas. Oceans cover two-thirds of the earth's surface and support a large variety of aquatic plants and animals. But the ocean water is saline and unfit for human consumption. Fresh water accounts for only about 2.7% on the available water on earth, out of which 70% occurs as ice sheets and glaciers in Antarctica, Greenland, and mountain regions. But these sources are inaccessible to us. Only 1% of fresh water is available for human use. It is available beneath the earth's surface as groundwater, as surface water in rivers and lakes, and as water vapor the atmosphere. The quantity of water contains the same over earth's surface. It can neither be decreased nor increased. Its total volume remains same as it gets renewed through hydrological cycle by the process of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Human beings use water for various purposes. Water is vital resource for us. It comes in the category of renewable resources. Three-fourths of the earth's surface is covered with water. Our earth is also called the water planet or blue planet. Fresh water accounts for only about 27% on available water on earth, out of which 70% occurs as the ice sheets and glaciers, Antarctica, etc. But only 1% of fresh water is available for human use. See, the uses of water are: it is used for drinking, cooking, bathing, cleaning, as you know, to irrigate the agricultural fields, to grow crops, in industries, to carry on the process of production, for generating electricity, and there are a lot of other purposes. There is scarcity of water. See, this ever-growing population cannot survive if the water keeps on polluting. Then demand is rising for food and cash crops, and food and cash crops need more water. Increasing urbanization means a lot of construction work. Even that needs a lot of water. Then day by day, industries are increasing. the rising standard of living, again, it is associated with rising demand of water and water resources in India. The surface rivers of water resources of India may be classified as Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. एक पेन या Himalayan rivers, these are all Himalayan rivers. Himalayan rivers have a regular flow of water as they are fed by rain as well as by melting of the snow and ice. See, the Himalayas, especially this side, are always covered with water, right? Of course, when we go to northeast, it is altogether a different thing. The Himalayas in the northeast and the Himalayas in north are different. These are very high hills and they are always snow covered, whereas in the northeast they do not have that much height, and this is the reason they are not covered with snow or ice, but the rainfall is more comparatively here. Therefore, even the rivers this side are also perennial, and the rivers this side, six rivers here, and then all these rivers, they are all perennial. But rivers this side, the peninsular rivers this side, they do not flow throughout the year. This is the difference between the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. This being the basic difference, the seasonal variation in their flow is less when it comes to the Himalayan rivers. On the other hand, the rivers of the peninsular India depend mainly on monsoon and have little or no water during the dry season. See, we need to conserve water. This conservation is required worldwide as well as for the people of India. When we talk about all over the world, there are initiatives, many steps to conserve water are being taken, but more efforts are still required as water is continuously being polluted and contaminated. Water contamination is being done by sewage, chemical products being used in agriculture and industrial wastage also. We can stop this pollution or contamination due to several factors if we discharge treated water in our rivers, if we can treat the industrial effluents in our water bodies. These pollutants mix nitrates, metals and pesticides in water, which makes water unfit for human consumption. Even animals and fishes die. Most of these chemicals are non biodegradable and are very harmful for living beings. So, we can use the following methods for conservation of water, and those methods are controlling water pollution, increasing vegetation cover, rainwater harvesting, changing methods of irrigation. These are some of the methods that can be adopted to conserve water. This chapter is not just for reading and producing the answer on a piece of paper. In fact, we must use all these points in our daily life, and then only we can save water for the human consumption. Thank you for